Welcome back to Eerie Escape, where we dive into the depths of the unknown and the terrifying tales that haunt our world. I'm Makala.
And I'm Michelle. And tonight, we venture into the heart of darkness to uncover the legend of the Mothman, a creature that has haunted the skies and struck fear into hearts of many. Are you ready to face the unknown?
The Mothman first emerged in the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia in the 1960s. Described as a towering figure with large wings, glowing red eyes, and an unsettling aura, this mysterious being appeared before a series of tragic events, leaving devastation in its wake.
Right. So many of you may be questioning, what is the Mothman? Is it a creature of myth, an extraterrestrial being, or perhaps a manifestation of our deepest fears? As we explore tonight, we'll hear firsthand accounts of those who have encountered this fearsome entity. Our first story takes us to the beginning of November 1966, when two couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry, and Steve and Mary Mallet, were driving near the TNT area, a site known for its abandoned munitions factory. They reported seeing a massive figure with wings, standing about 7 feet tall, its eyes glowing like red fiery coals. Spooky!
That's terrifying. I would be outie.
Yes.
Bye. These initial sightings led to a wave of reports from local residents. People began to describe similar encounters, claiming to see the creature gliding silently through the air. What started as a few isolated incidents quickly morphed into a full-blown panic.
And so as the reports piled up, of course, so did the theories. Some believed that the Mothman was an omen, a harbinger of doom. Others speculated that it was an alien creature observing humanity. The tension in the town grew palpable as the fear gripped the hearts of those who had once felt safe in their small community.
So scary. And on December 15th of 1967, just weeks after the first sightings, tragedy struck Point Pleasant. The Silver Bridge, a vital link to the town, collapsed, killing 46 people. Witnesses reported seeing the Mothman flying above the bridge just days before the disaster, and many locals linked the sightings of the tragedy, believing that the Mothman had come to warn them of the impending doom. But as the legend grew, so did the number of encounters. So let's explore 3 of the most terrifying stories of those who crossed paths with the Mothman, each leaving them with scars far deeper than the skin.
So that brings us to a first encounter. It comes from a local man named Tom, who decided to investigate the infamous TNT area one foggy night. Armed with only a flashlight, he ventured into the overgrown path, feeling an eerie stillness in the air. You wouldn't catch me doing that. No thanks. You have fun, Makala, because FaceTime me? No.
Tom, I'm gonna need you to do better. Just a flashlight. It's fine.
Yeah.
No big deal.
You better exercise your right to bear that arms, because boy, you about to, oof.
He about to find out. And he does. He does find out. As Tom walked deeper into the woods, he began to feel an overwhelming sense of being watched. The air grew heavy, and his flashlight flickered erratically. Suddenly, he heard a rustling sound followed by an unsettling silence.
And then that's when he saw it. A massive figure perched on a nearby tree, its red eyes glowing like embers in the night. Tom froze in fear, his heart racing as the creature unfurled its enormous wings, casting a dark shadow over him.
And in a panic, Tom turned to run, but the Mothman followed, its wings beating the air with a deafening whoosh. He sprinted through the woods, feeling the creature closing in, breathless and desperate. And just as he reached the edge of the trees, he glanced back and saw a Mothman soaring into the sky, its haunting screech echoing in the darkness.
So essentially, Tom escaped, but the trauma always haunted him. He spoke of the Mothman in hushed tones, each retelling sending shivers down the spine of anyone who heard it. He could never shake the feeling that something darker than he could ever imagine was watching him from the shadows.
Here, he's still watching him. He locked in on him, and he's going to continue to do that.
Yeah.
This story is even more disturbing as it involves a group of children returning home from a field trip. As the bus traveled down a desolate road, the driver noticed something strange in the sky. So he pulled over, thinking it was just a large bird.
I don't know why you would be pulling over with kids in the car when you're the only adult, but well, not car, bus, but beats me. So, of course, the children pressed their faces against the windows, and they gasped in horror. Above them hovered a colossal figure with outstretched wings, its eyes glowing. The bus erupted into chaos as the driver tried to get away, but the creature swooped down, blocking their path.
The Mothman had landed on the bus roof, the metal creaking under its weight. The children screamed, but the driver urged them to stay calm. Okay. He hit the gas, trying to escape the monstrous figure, but the Mothman lunged down, its claws scraping against the metal.
And of course, just as all hope seemed lost, the creature suddenly lifted off, vanishing into the night. The driver managed to get the kids home, but the trauma left them changed forever. They spoke of nightmares filled with the glowing eyes and the bone-chilling screeches that haunted their dreams.
Jeepers creepers.
Yeah.
I'm never going outside again. What?
Nope.
And it just so happens that years later, one of the children, now as an adult, recounted the story during an interview. And, of course, the trauma never faded. He still recalls the terror of his classmates, feeling that something sinister was looming just beyond their sight, watching and waiting.
That's so scary.
That's terrifying.
That is very terrifying.
You're at school.
I'd be looking over the shoulder for the rest of my life. I'd be like...
Right, and they just got back from a field trip. They had a good day.
Yeah. Not anymore.
This driver had to be a dumbass.
An idiot.
Yep.
Yeah. So... our final encounter takes us to a quiet farm on the outskirts of Point Pleasant. A farmer named Frank had often heard whispers of the Mothman, but never believed the tales until one fateful night.
Frank was out late tending to his crops when he noticed a strange shadow passing overhead. Thinking it was just the clouds, he continued working. But the feeling of dread washed over him. It was as if the very earth had grown quiet, holding its breath.
And then he saw it, a massive silhouette against the moonlight sky. Gliding silently above him, panic gripped Frank's heart. And this creature landed near the barn, its eyes burning with an otherworldly light. Frank stood frozen, unable to move as the Mothman approached him, its wings unfurling like dark clouds.
In that moment, he felt a chilling connection, a deep sense of foreboding that something terrible was about to happen. And suddenly, the air vibrated with a loud, piercing scream, and Frank's heart raced as he stumbled backwards.
And the ground trembled. But in the distance, he saw a weird flicker of lights. His neighbors' houses were burning, consumed by an unseen fire. The Mothman's presence felt like a dark omen, and Frank understood that this creature was indeed a harbinger of doom.
Shaken to his core, Frank rushed to warn his neighbors, but the damage was already done. By dawn, the fires had left a trail of devastation, and the townsfolk couldn't help but link the tragedy to the Mothman's presence. So again, is he trying to help him out? Or is he just bad luck?
I mean, who knows? I mean, because it seems weird that, like, a lot of stuff happens, but then again, like, stuff happens, but then again, it doesn't happen at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a huge theory, a huge question mark. So of course, as the sightings of the Mothman continued, various theories emerged about its origin and purpose. Some believed it to be a creature from folklore, a manifestation of local fears, or perhaps an alien visitor sent to observe humanity.
Others theorize it might be a cryptid, an undiscovered species lurking in the shadows, possibly from the nearby TNT area, where government experiments were rumored to take place. The mystery surrounding the Mothman only deepened the fear and fascination.
Area 51 2.0.
Literally.
Yes, but of course, in recent years, the Mothman has gained notoriety, inspiring books, documentaries, and even movies. Yet, despite the many interpretations, the core of the legend remains chilling. What is the Mothman, and what does it want?
Some researchers claim that the Mothman serves as a warning sign, appearing before disasters as a way to alert the community, and others believe that the creature embodies the collective fears and anxieties of the people. It thrives on terror, feeding off the dread that permeates the air. Because of all these things coming out, we've learned that he was seen before 9/11. He was seen in areas where natural disasters occur, like earthquakes, hurricanes.
It's just a lot of questions surrounding it. The Mothman remains a haunting presence, a dark figure lurking in the periphery of our reality, waiting to remind us that some legends are rooted in more than just imagination.
And these stories are just a glimpse into the terror that the Mothman has unleashed on the unsuspecting residents of Point Pleasant. So what do you think? Is the Mothman real, or is it just a tale?
I think it can be real, but I also have speculations as to what its true origin is, of course. I believe that it's like a warning sign.
Yeah.
It's almost like a representation of Mother Nature in a way, and that warns people before
I wonder,
danger.
There is a theory that Mothman is actually an elemental.
Yeah.
Which that would make sense to me.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's very interesting. But of course, as we conclude tonight's chilling tale, we are reminded that some mysteries remain unsolved, lurking just beyond our comprehension. The Mothman, with its haunting presence, continues to hover in the shadows of our fears, leaving us to wonder if it is merely a legend or something far more sinister.
Each encounter with this dark figure serves as a warning, a reminder that the unknown is never truly out of reach. We urge you, dear listeners, to remain vigilant. After all, you never know when the night might reveal something terrifying.
Yes, so the next time you hear a rustle in the darkness or feel a chill run down your spine when you are outside at night, remember the tales that we shared tonight. Are you ready to face whatever might be watching you from the shadows?
Well, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us on this eerie journey. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know your thoughts. And don't forget, we'll be back next Tuesday, as always, with another spine-tingling tale. But until then, stay safe, keep your lights on, and
sweet nightmares. Watch your back, bitches.
Mothman's coming for your ass.